Dana has been doing interviews and whatnot, and he's been saying you're not a good guy. Do you think it was done on purpose?
It was done on purpose.
Do you think there's more of those tactics in boxing than there is in MMA?
Yes, absolutely. I was cooked.
Why didn't you want it?
I didn't even believe that was true.
How did AJ and Tyson's power compare? Hello and welcome to Clubhouse Boxing. I'm Charlotte Daly, I'm your host, and I have the pleasure of being joined by Francis Ngannou. How are you?
I'm good, Charlotte. And you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, not too bad.
Yeah.
Look, we had the pleasure of watching you training earlier on today, and I was thinking about it. The last time I watched you train and the last time I was in the gym with you was in Las Vegas before your fight with Tyson Fury. That's about 2 years ago now.
Yeah, it was 2 years ago. It was September 2023, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. A little while ago.
I know.
Time flies.
You were in the gym with Mike Tyson back in those days.
Exactly.
What was the biggest thing Mike Tyson kind of taught you when you were training together?
Well, I think the biggest thing that I would say the biggest thing that I learned from Mike Tyson was, first of all, for him to be there at that moment that I was getting like a lot of criticism, like I can't make it and all those stuff. You know, build your confidence and let you know that okay, it's possible. If he think it's possible, if with his knowledge in the game, if he's believe, then it's possible. You know, I think it was more like the mental part of it than the training itself, because it was such a short time, and then with that amount of time, you don't trying to learn new stuff. It's not where you go to learn new stuff. You do better. You trying to maximize on what you know, on improving what you know already, and then don't get wild because now you start to learn something new in 2 months. It might not work.
You're 2 years on now in your kind of boxing journey. How much would you say you've developed technically now then?
Well, being in boxing has been a different journey than what I was doing, what I experienced in MMA. And I mean, it's quite impressive. It's mostly like up of body, even low of body, because you have to use your feet a lot for the footwork. But everything is focused upper, you know, like the throwing and everything, and then you don't have to like watch the takedown or the kicks, and it's completely different. It's like getting you to be set in that, getting your mind to set in that specific discipline, and then just even though like in MMA you still box, but you know, you box, kick, take down, wrestle, grapple. You know, here is only boxing, so it's a different type of focus and different type of up of body work. You know, like the amount of punch that you can throw in the boxing round alone is probably like what maybe in MMA you might have to throw in, I don't know, 3-5 rounds. You know, so it's different. Which
do you prefer? Which training do you prefer, MMA or boxing?
Boxing training is easier. Yeah, the boxing training is easier. You go to the gym, is either the part or the sparring or everything is focused on one straight line, is one discipline. Unlike MMA, some day it's gonna be boxing or kickboxing. Then maybe you have to do wrestling, you have to do grappling. Then you have to assemble all of that and build up to that. So it's quite different. Yeah. Quite complicated, and with the same amount of time. You used to have 7 days in the week to like you do in boxing, but you have to do like maybe 4 to 5 things in MMA rather than only one thing in boxing.
Yeah, we noticed in the gym as well. You're looking lean at the moment. Have you found that you've leaned out a lot recently?
Yeah, I've been working. Sorry, let me shut this down. I've been working for the past since May. I just been going to gym, train, trying some new training program, focus on fitness a lot. Since I don't know, I didn't have a fight, so work more fitness, trying different things, because it's quite boring to do the same thing over and over and over and over. Sometimes I keep go to the gym every day, but I do no boxing, no MMA, just do like fitness stuff, find some new fitness exercises, practice, get in different program that I enjoy. Then I'll do that maybe in 2-3 months, then move to something else. By the time I move to something else, I'm almost tired or drained from what I was doing. Then I get to some new thing, then I get excited without resting, and then I just keep doing, and then that's how I've been rolling. And I think this program been working well, keep me trained, and without realizing that I'm training, I'm just, discover new thing, experience new thing. I went back to the gym, boxing gym, like I think 1.5 months ago only, and before I get back to the gym, I was so excited. I'm like, man, it's been a while. I need to get this shoulder going. I need to hit that pad, But if you do that for like 4 months, 5 months, then you're like, again, So moving from different things helps a lot.
Even though moving to different trainings and doing different things helps enjoy it, it must be quite hard when you don't have a fight locked in to still kind of want to go through all of these sessions.
Yes, but you have to view it this way. I mean, at least this is how I view it. I'm a professional fighter. That's my job. People wake up every day, go to the office from 9 to 5. Why can't I just train? I don't need to have a fight. Like, okay, I'm good. I just wait a fight and then to go deliver the fight, and that's it. What do I do in the rest of the time? Yes, I still do stuff on the side. Like, I don't spend all day long in the gym. I go to the gym every day, take my time, spend. By the time I leave my house or go to the gym, do whatever I have to do, come back, take my time, maybe 3 to 4 hours. Then I have the rest of the day. What else do? I do all the stuff. So I think it's just about discipline, programming yourself, and then and also at the end of the day, it's still something good for your health. Not necessarily when you have to fight that you have to train. People train without fighting and with even more discipline and dedication.
Yeah. Noticed in the gym today, everything was boxing specific. It was a boxing session. Does that mean the next fight you want is a boxing match?
Not necessarily. Next fight could be whatever it is. But again, whether it's MMA or boxing, you need those punches going.
We actually saw, you've been kind of linked to Deontay Wilder. I know he's actually in Dubai this weekend. Has there been any kind of more conversations about getting a Deontay Wilder fight?
No honest conversation. We both initiate our interest, but didn't get the right promoter yet. Didn't get a promoter yet.
Yeah, because Dewey Cooper was saying that he thinks that fight should kind of either take place in Las Vegas or take it back to Africa. Would you be up for either of those locations?
I don't care about location. Either way, what I care more about is the fight itself. So if you say we are moving to another planet to fight, then we go fight. As long as we have some air to breathe, then it's okay.
Another heavyweight you were kind of linked with was Derek Chisora. You met up with him. Was it at Manchester United that you and Derek met up?
Yeah, we met. We were. It was November last year. I was in Manchester and I went to see the Manchester game, and then we met in the lounge, in the VIP experience there.
Any talks of a potential fight with him?
No, and also we had a good conversation. We even met in Riyadh when I fought Anthony Joshua, and he was very, very complimentary about me, but not only about my sporting career, about like my upcoming, my life, and then the way that I present Africa. He was very complimentary about it, and even when we met in Manchester, he was in that. So a great guy, and yeah, if sometime maybe if something get right, why not?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You say there about him being very complimentary of you and your boxing as well.
No,
That-
mostly like my journey. Yeah.
Well, I was going to bring up that Tyson Fury fight that you had because everybody was blown away by your professional boxing debut. When you think back on it now, what sort of emotion does that bring up for you?
Well, you know, I'm a type of guy that when I do something, I move on. I don't slip off of my glory or on my past. I'm seeking of what I can possibly do, what I can achieve the most, like, and then at the end of the day, that was great. But for me, he was just a fight because I have the same mindset. It's like to go out there, do my best, and that was it. But he was a great first experience for me. Yeah.
What's it like sharing a build-up with Tyson Fury? Because he's quite the character, isn't he?
He is a character. He is a hell of a guy. And then I'm like, okay, what's going on? And he's just him. There's no two Tyson Fury. Funny though, like sometimes you don't even know how to react. Am I gonna be mad or this? Like you don't even know. Like you're confused on your own emotion.
When you knocked Tyson Fury down, what kind of went through your mind? Because we saw you dance when he hit the canvas. What was going through your mind?
I think we had some talk early on, and I was like, kind of like trying to talk back, wordless, but trying to talk to him like. But again, he was fun. We had fun during the whole build up to the fight. It was a fun moment.
A fight with Tyson Fury, obviously, that was like 10 rounds. That's something that you weren't used to at that point. At what point did you kind of settle into the fight and know, okay, right, the fitness is fine, the stamina's fine to last the 10 rounds?
Well, not at any specific point, because from round 1 to maybe last round, I'm like, okay, basically like the first rounds, I'm like, how long can I hold this? Like, I never been here. I don't know when I'm gonna start to feel fatigue and this. I don't know. So I was pretty much thinking about that a lot. Yeah, and then by the end of the rounds, I'm like, okay, we're getting then maybe 6 down, 7 down, 8 down, 9. Then we get to the 10 round. I'm like, I'm not that bad, you know. I mean, I wasn't fresh anymore. Then I'm like, maybe I should try something, because we always do some crazy stuff in MMA. And I've been thinking about like doing like Superman punch, because it's legal in boxing. And but I think I tried that once, because I feel like Superman punch is kind of like an explosive movement, so kind of take a lot of your energy, and you don't do that kind of stuff in the beginning of the fight, basically when you're not sure about your fitness. So I wait until the last round. I'm like, oh, let's give it a shot.
Yeah. When the fight finished, your corner, so I was sat right next to where your corner was, and they were celebrating like no tomorrow. Dewey even turned around and was like, we've got it, we've won. Did you think you had won the fight in that moment?
Yeah. I mean, again, for me, I won the fight either way, because he was like a big challenge for me. He was a first experience. It was like something that I had to go through. So regardless of the result, the process itself for me was a win. I was happy at that moment.
Wasn't there a rematch clause? What happened to that? I thought there was the opportunity for you to fight again.
It's supposed to happen, but I don't know.
Would you still want the rematch?
Yeah, why not? I will pretty much want it. And basically right now that he, since he's done with the Usyk fight, because before he was like the Usyk match and rematch that they have, and now I think he has nothing.
Yeah, so Tyson at the moment is saying that he's retired, but there's talks of him coming back. Everyone's saying that the fight with Anthony Joshua and Tyson Fury could happen in September. What do you think of that as a matchup? Having faced both men, how do you think that plays out?
Well, I think if Tyson is preparing to come back, then he's gonna be back, and then that's fight gonna happen. It's also gonna depend on how AJ is at the moment, but if it happens, it's gonna be a pretty good fight, because regardless of whatever he's doing, we know Tyson is a unique style of boxing, like fluid with very long hands and fast, know how to move it around. Yeah, and then having AJ in front, this will be a fun fight. I think this fight they've been expecting this fight for almost a decade now. So
tell us about it. We've been wanting it for so long.
Yeah.
Do you think Tyson should come back with everything he's achieved? Do you think he should just sail off into the sunset or come back?
Yeah, why not? I think people always get confused and like, oh, what he accomplished. Oh, why is he doing again? I mean, the man is what, 38 years old. What is he gonna do do the rest of his life from now on? He's been doing this almost his entire life, and you probably ask him to go home, sit home. He's gonna sit home 1 year, 2 years, and then get bored, and who would barely be in the half, still be half in his life, through his life. So yeah, I think, at least for me, it's something that I'm gonna give it a shot till I realize I have nothing left. Then okay, because I know after it I'm gonna miss it at some point. At least I do everything so I don't have to regret it.
Does the thought of retirement and walking away almost daunt you because you've been an athlete for so long? Does life after being an athlete daunt you?
I haven't been an athlete for so long. That's a mistake. Like, I discovered MMA I was 27. I stepped foot in the first gym ever I was 22. So yeah, of course I was doing hard work, like working in the mine, in the sand quarry, but I haven't been athlete for so long.
Well, 22 to what, 39? That's quite a long time.
Yeah. Well, I say step foot. I didn't say like start. Yeah.
You obviously went from the Tyson Fury fight into the Anthony Joshua fight, just ticking off big names straight away. Was there more pressure going into the AJ fight, considering how well you had done against Tyson Fury?
No, there wasn't pressure. I think in the AJ fight, I was even more prepared, more ready than the Tyson Fury fight. Yeah.
What do you think happened on fight night? Why do you think the performance wasn't as you wanted?
Oh, I don't know the guy that was even there, like leaving even the locker room, getting in the ring that night. I mean, I wasn't realizing it at that moment, but I was done. I was in the locker, like finished warming up, staying down because I was there for over 4 hours, and then feel sleepy. Like I tell Dewey, like I'm sleepy, like that was it's just a different thing. And even when I step in the ring, like that was never the fight that I was meant to do. Not that I couldn't have lost against AJ, but no, at least I would have fight, and which is what I didn't fight, and that kind of like left a bitter taste in my mouth because I know for sure that I didn't fight that fight.
So do you think because of the fact that timings kept getting pushed back?
A lot of fact. That's what I know about, maybe, but a lot of fact. And then I remember even during the week, Dewey was getting upset about like those timing stuff because every time they're gonna get us somewhere, we're gonna sit down like and wait for at least 2 hours. And he was like, "Oh, this is how you guys get boxer tired." But I didn't know that because in MMA we don't have that kind of thing. So I'm like, "Oh, come." It's okay. They just delay, and it's been like this the entire week. Everything we have to wait.
Do you think it was done on purpose?
It was done on purpose. Now I look about it after that. I'm like, oh, I was cooked. I was cooked way before I get into that fight, which I think that was my mistake. I should have figured that out because I think that's what basically they was expecting on the Tyson Fury fight. Then he didn't work that way. So now he has to happen.
Do you think there's more of those tactics in boxing than there is in MMA?
Yes, absolutely. Oh, yeah. Discovering boxing in inside boxing is more. I mean, obviously, even MMA has politics. It has it's political, but boxing. The politics of boxing is is like running for a country.
Do you think you deserve another opportunity at AJ then? And if you were to fight him again and the timings were right, how do you think the fight would go that way?
The fight can go either way, And then, like, even AJ or somebody else that would be associated in that same environment, I think I get little worried, little skeptical about it. I mean, it might just be me playing in my mind, but I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen here.
As in, you'd be conscious they would do it again? Is that what you're thinking?
Yeah, like something that I'm not aware of, they might pull something off because whether you like it or not, I'm an outsider.
What do you remember from kind of being in the ring with AJ then, from the fight? What do you remember?
Well, I remember the beginning of the fight and then keep moving and then couldn't find him where the distance, at some point, couldn't see him where I think he's close, he's not that close, I think he's far, he's not that far. And until the first knockdown that he basically hits my hand, then I fell. I'm like, it's not possible. Like, what? Like, I was confused. Like, what exactly get me down? Like, but I'm there. I'm not. And then, and that was the end of the first round. And then we went to the corner. And from the corner, I keep going. And then my coaches, they were there talking to me. They was here talking, like, don't go to the southpaw again. Then I'm looking at him. Then it sound like somebody far away. And he's here talking. Then I'm looking and just keep going like that. Oh, it was horrible.
That to me sounds like almost like a concussion or something. Do you think that you sustained anything like that?
No, I didn't get concussion.
You just think it was tiredness?
By the way, after the fight, I went to the hospital to check the concussion because the end of the fight, I really get hit because I wasn't moving, I wasn't doing anything. So I went I went to Paris. I get out of Saudi, went to Paris, and then went to the hospital to check concussion and everything. Everything was fine.
Fine. Well,
Yeah.
good. I'm glad. I'm glad.
Yeah, because we do a tough sport. In MMA, even you can hit the ground and get concussion. You can fall on somebody's knee and get concussion, stuff like that. So it's something that we are very aware of it, and then we take a precaution about it.
Talking of power, how did AJ and Tyson's power compare?
Well, I would have known if I had really fight AJ. You know, I would have know if I was in the fight, and then we get like some good exchange, because like most of there's not a moment even in the AJ fight that I'm like, damn, I get hit. Wow, okay, right? Even the last moment, I was gone already. I wasn't there. Like I don't remember the hit any of the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's hard to say. On the other hand, the Tyson Fury fight was a fight that I was in. I mean, I even get elbowed by Tyson,
Yeah.
but I didn't know. I remember going to the hotel, and then I'm like, damn, he hit me here, like he's sore. Then afterward, that's when I saw the video. But right in the fight, I didn't realize, and he was an elbow, but I didn't flinch. I didn't feel it, nothing. But I mean, yeah, not right away, but yes.
There was a lot of controversy around that elbow, actually. Some people were saying, was it on purpose? Was it an accident?
It was on purpose.
I had a feeling you'd say that.
No, I watched the video. I didn't see it. I didn't realize it on the moment, but I watched the video, and he was an elbow. He wasn't like something like you miss a punch and then hit somebody with the elbow. He was a straight elbow.
Mm-hmm. We spoke just a moment ago about the danger associated with combat sports. Now, interestingly, I just want to get your take on this. Anthony Joshua is now fighting Jake Paul. Do you think that that's a dangerous decision, a dangerous fight?
I don't know. It's quite intriguing. By the way, they called me for that fight, for the Jake Paul fight. I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, would you fight Jake Paul? Like, Gervonta is out, and then we are looking for a replacement. Then I'm like, okay, how do we go from Gervonta Davis to Francis Ngannou? Like, let's say I didn't even believe that was true. You know, like, he was so confusing. And then next day I heard that next thing I know, he was like, AJ is fighting Jake Paul. I'm like, this is not true. I'm not sure. Then find out it's true. It's official. It's happening. I'm like, okay, I can't wait.
Why didn't you take the fight? Why didn't you want it?
Oh no, I wasn't seeing Jake Paul like a heavyweight. First of all, I think I don't know what is his
He's
weight
normally
right now.
cruiserweight.
Yeah, I don't know. He was confusing.
Yeah, but it's with Jake, the reason why people normally take it is because it's a big payday. Was that not even tempting for you, the payday?
Yeah, he was a big payday. There was a big numbers, but again, I don't know. It was so like, I don't know what's going on here.
Not big enough payday, that.
No, it's not like not big enough payday, but I'm like, what exactly is going on? Is it a fight? Like, what's going on? Like, is Jake really taking this? Then I'm like, yes, this was his call.
Yeah, I know. I
Right?
still can't believe he's fighting Anthony Joshua. I can't
Right?
believe it's happening.
Exactly.
How do you think that fight will go? Do you think AJ needs to knock him out in the first round to basically not get the criticism?
Well, let's say my question is like, why Jake Paul go for AJ? Because he's the one calling the fight. Why he's calling it?
He just wants big names, and he genuinely believes he can win the fight.
Okay, then what make him believe?
I have no idea.
Okay, well, so maybe he has something that
Something
we
up his
haven't.
sleeve.
Yeah, maybe he has something in his sleeve that we're gonna see soon. and I'm very curious about that.
Well, we'll tune in and watch it, won't we? That's the thing.
Huh?
Will you watch it?
Of course, I'll watch it. Yeah, I mean, I was very tuned for the Gervonta Davis fight, because that, even though Gervonta Davis is a different weight class, but there was a balance. Big guy, technical guy, more experience, and this, and then that was like, oh, some people have Gervonta, some people have Jake Paul. That was like balance. But like, I haven't seen anybody saying Jake Paul gonna win this fight.
Other than Jake Paul's team. They're the only people so far.
Yeah.
With Anthony Joshua, he's physically, in great shape, and I don't think anyone ever questions him physically. It's more mentally people talk about his confidence levels. I wanted to get your opinion on how you've kind of dealt with setbacks. So when you lost to Stipe, how did you kind of mentally rebuild after that?
Honestly, looking back at the moment, he was a very tough moment, because like the way that I view myself, he wasn't in a good way. I think like getting that kind of loss in the beginning of my career, your first loss is at the very big stage, and then you feel like it's over, you even feel ashamed of yourself, and everything that I was doing forward is like to correct that fight. I wasn't moving on. I was ashamed. I was embarrassed.
Did you kind of get the help of a sports psychologist, or did you do any measures like that?
I never believe in a sport psychologist or in, but when you get so low, at some moment, you kind of like ask yourself, what do you have to lose? Why not trying this, do that? But I will sit down maybe with somebody, and then he will basically tell me the same thing that I'm thinking or what I know. Then I'm like, well, maybe I just have to strongly believe in my own mind, like, because what's the difference?
You are quite an individual person. Like even in the gym earlier today, like normally someone of your stature would have a massive team with them or an entourage, but you're quite individual. You like your own space and you like being on your own, don't you?
I've always been like that. I think it comes from the way that I grew up. When my parents divorced, my family break down, like I was 6 years old, and then I started to move from different family, from different places, and every time was trying to fit in, and never really fit in, and it was really a tough moment for me trying. I'm stranger at home, I'm stranger at school. I'm not the most attractive friend, or not the one that most kids want to be friend with, basically because like you have nothing to give, and then they're you're basically like embarrassing, because they're gonna come kick you out because you don't have like a book to take note or pen, or you haven't paid your school fee and stuff like that. So he was very challenging, then I think like my subconscious at some moment just accepted it. Like, okay, doesn't matter if I don't have friends, if it doesn't work, nobody cares, it's okay. Then I started just be with myself. But even before that, I was kind of like living in my mind, like with myself, speaking with myself. I was still a kid, like 6 to 7 years old. I was building my own world in my mind, my perfect world with my perfect family, that I go back home with my sibling and everything is okay. And that would be basically like my escape. Then I get to the point that I was pretty much good and confident, comfortable with myself, and no need anybody, no need anything. And that was good. And for a long time.
Do you think that almost coming from Cameroon, the difficulty you had getting over and then coming here, not having money, not being able to afford things, do you think that gave you a work ethic like nobody else has seen, sort of thing?
Yeah, I think that gave me discipline, that prepared my path. I think the best thing that ever happened to me, which is basically coming from those hardship, is to understand early on in my life that I don't have to, I'm not counting on anybody, which is tough. But when I look at it, it's the best thing that ever happened. You realize that I'm on my own. It's gonna be me. I'm not expecting anybody to do anything, like, yeah, if it happens, good, but I cannot count on it. That's tough, basically, as a kid. But it's the best thing that ever happened to me.
That is really tough. And I mean, if you look at your journey and all of the things, adversity that you faced throughout your life, some people don't even face one of those things. You just constantly feel like you're fighting against it.
Well, I would say everybody has his own path. Everybody has his own story. We don't tell the same story. We all have our own struggle, and then we all have our own path. And I think, I would say this, but it's easier to say than to do. But I think life always throw at you what you can manage, what you can deal with. Whether doesn't matter how big or how tough it is, it's kind of like whether it's preparing you for something, or whether he knows that you're prepared or you're capable to deal with it in one way or another. You might not know yet, but you are.
Yeah. I can't imagine even half of the stuff that you've been through.
Well, people been to stuff. People been to way worse.
I heard you say once, after the passing of your son Kobe, you said that I'm not as strong as people think I am, and that kind of stuck with me, because I thought the way that you've dealt with everything, and particularly in the wake of that tragic news, that you are probably the strongest person I know, that's for sure.
Well, let's say, first of all, being strong, especially in that way, is not a thing that anybody want. I don't want to be strong, because being strong just means that shit keep happening to you. Life keep throwing at you, pushing you down. I'd rather be soft. So life leaves me alone, live my life, okay? And I think over a time, we are like, I think we are like a tree that have been chopped by hatches and by aces. It's aces, right?
By aces. What do you mean?
What they chop the tree with.
Oh, axes.
Axes,
by
yes.
axes.
Being chopped by axes. And at some point, yeah, we take it, but at some point we get weakened. you know, like lately, especially from that moment, I just feel tired. Like, okay, until when are you gonna keep resisting? Until when it's gonna be throwing at me? You know, it gets you think in life, reflect in life differently. Yeah, like you get tired. You get tired of being tough.
Yeah. How are you now? How are you doing after? How long is it? How long has it been since the passing of Kobe?
Year and I would say close to 7 months.
How are you?
Well, I'm good. I'm good. I think he kind of like took time, but I get at some point let it go. Wherever he was going, you have to let it go in peace and not just hang on him. Maybe you're stopping him to get where he's going, which was his purpose, and then just have to accept it and let it go. I mean, his life, he happens. Then that's when you realize that he happens every day.
Yeah.
Yeah, he happens every day. Even now that we're talking, he's out there happening.
Yeah.
Then people are taking it, so you better deal with it.
I remember, I think it was the first time we ever did an interview, you spoke to me about your dad, and you said the fact that, you know, you wanted to be successful and earn a certain amount of money so that then that situation never happened again, that you couldn't be helpless.
Exactly.
Even with all the money in the world, these things still happen. It must be hard as a fighter to not be able to fight like that.
Yeah, and then that's the thing that even hurts me the most is that I didn't have the chance to fight. You know, like I had liked maybe to have to take him to the hospital because my entire life that was what I was fighting for. Like not get my kid in that position, be able to provide for them, be able to provide security for them. You know, like as I didn't have, and then he happens and let you speechless without you doing anything. You am like this, and then just feel powerless, useless. Like you couldn't have done anything, and I think this hurts more than. Then you're like, what's the purpose of this?
Yeah.
What am I been doing exactly? And I think then you realize like one of the things that your entire life, or if it's not the thing that you've been running away for, is the thing that hits you.
Yeah.
That was exactly what I've been running away from.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then it hits you right there, like you haven't moved, like you're stuck in the same place. Yeah.
You got an autopsy done afterwards, and you learnt that it was something he was born with.
Yeah.
That must have. It wouldn't have helped in that situation, but did it give you some comfort knowing that there was nothing that could have been done, that it was genetic?
The question is why we didn't even find out.
Yeah.
We took him to the hospital, and then we trust the hospital and everything, but still didn't.
Did it bring you closer to your brother? Because I know he has lost children, hasn't he?
Yeah, I mean, we are always close, but I think that was the moment that I understood like what's happened to my brother. Then I was looking at him like, damn, he's been through this like twice. I'm sure I can deal with this. And then you realize that he's stronger in another way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You came back and you fought again against Ferreira, and you were very emotional in your post-fight interview. You said that you did it for Kobe.
Because that fight, first of all, I wasn't going to do it. I was, you know, like after Kobe, like I questioned a lot of things. I questioned the reason why I'm doing that, the purpose, or if I will continue fighting or doing that. Like why shouldn't I just sit down? By the way, why did I left him? Where was I going? I couldn't even remember. But I knew that at the moment that I was leaving, I was in a rush. you know, and then when they call you and then I'm like, oh, it's not longer there, then you start to question yourself like, where the hell I was going? What am I doing here? Then you find no explanation. Nothing is worth it. So I kind of like question stuff, and one of the things that I was really thinking of was to like call it out, call the day out, stop all the thing, and then delete social medias, that all the stuff. I really thought about like delete social media, stop fighting, just going out there, live. I don't know, like. Then I realized that I'm basically putting that on him. You know, like I'm making him responsible from stop fighting. I'm putting everything on him, which is not what he should. So that fight, then I decided then to take the fight and then to make it, to fight for him, since I couldn't really fight for him, like taking him to the hospital or do something or whatever it is. I said I'm gonna do it for him. That was for him. That for me wasn't like fighting. That was a way of getting back of that situation, but especially dedicated to him.
You've had some incredible wins throughout your career, but is that the most special one for you then?
Yeah, because that has more purpose.
Yeah.
It was about the purpose.
Yeah. I was looking at some of your wins before we were...
And I think, and I think that even that fight also, since I set all the purpose on that fight, and then it also liberated me. I also, like, from there, I say, okay, I have done what I could have done. I didn't let any stone unturned. I did everything that was on my power, and then what else can I do? I mean, whatever was his purpose, whatever was his purpose out here, and then if it was just meant to be this short, then wherever he's going, he should go in peace.
Did you almost find kind of therapy in the gym? Did you find you were going to the gym almost more just to keep yourself busy and occupy your mind?
No, before I decided to take that fight. Yes, when I took the fight, yes. That from the moment I took the fight, the entire time leading up to the fight, it was a purpose. Every time that I was going to the gym, it was for one reason, you know.
Yeah.
That was for Kobe.
Yeah. One of the big talking points in MMA at the moment is Tom Aspinall, the Cyril Gane fight with the eye poke. What did you make of that?
You're frustrated that we didn't have a fight, but if the fight had continued, and then maybe because due to his vision affected, he get some punch or lost the fight, then everybody would have been like, oh, he's stupid. What the dumb guy. He should have stopped the fight.
Yeah,
You know, this is the sport. You just have to deal with it. You take the right decision. As long as you know that you took the right decision, you deal with it. Because either way, you're going to have some backlash.
Yeah, people are going to criticize either way.
Yeah. I mean, and it's not like you're the guy that poked other guy's eyes. You're getting poked.
And you still get criticized.
Exactly.
Yeah. Tom Aspinall was saying that he was a bit disappointed with Dana White regarding the eye poke because he felt like he wasn't really being supported by Dana. Are you surprised by that?
I don't know. He knows his relationship with Dana White, and he's going to deal with that on his own, because I have my own shit to deal with. What do you want me to say? I don't know what's happening between them.
Talking of Dana, what happened between you guys? He says it was before the first Stipe fight. Where did your kind of breakdown of relationship with UFC and Dana start from?
I think the best person to answer that is Dana. Whenever you have a chance, you ask him, and then he'll be able to answer that.
The only reason I bring it up to you is because Dana has been doing interviews or whatnot, and he's been saying you're not a good guy. I've interviewed you about 6 times, and I would advocate that you are a good guy.
Well, it's relative, and then he said then Dana White says a lot of things that I don't personally take in count. I just keep going, but I think either way he's not in the position to decide or if I'm in a good guy or not. And then even if it's the case, it's okay. Everybody is a good guy and a bad guy depending on the person in front of him. Nobody can be unanimous. I understand that he's not happy about the way that things went out, but I think if it was me, I would have dealt differently about it. It's life, it's business. It happened.
Yeah, he was
but
saying
it doesn't have to be personal.
He was saying about the saying that you had him by the collar and grabbed him by the shirt and stuff like that. When you see those stories come out from him, what do you think, and kind of what would your response to that be?
Well, let's just say Dana is him, Dana is Dana, and I am me. And then him and only him will know the reason that he say what he said. But I know it's him and I'm me.
Yeah.
And everybody do who he is, And I really, lately I really don't feel like going out. I feel like dramas is not something that I have to deal with. You think what you think. We don't have to like each other. By the way, I'm not asking people to like me. Some people just like you on side. Some people hate you on side just because of the way you look, just because of your face. It doesn't just like you. It's okay. Not a problem. It doesn't have to be a big deal. We move on. It's life. Yeah. And I'm not basically out here campaigning to be a good guy, just being me. But it will be surprising that Dana is the only guy that I ever grabbed like that.
From boxing fans' perspective, obviously Dana is getting into boxing, and he's kind of almost trying to morph his boxing promotion into the UFC sort of structure. For boxing fans that potentially don't know the UFC structure, what would you say the positives of it are and the negatives of it are?
Well, I think there have been a lot of things going on about that. And so far, I'm a little confused. I don't know exactly what's going on yet because so far we haven't seen any of that boxing.
I think he's trying to, rather than having multiple belts in boxing, he just wants one belt. So that then there's just one undisputed champion the whole time.
Well, and then what will happen to the other belts that are out there?
They just won't work with them. So they're kind of setting up their own independent.
Well, I think it's whatever is happening everywhere, even in MMA. Like PFL, they have their own belt, which is not the UFC. One championship has their own belt. Cage Warrior has their own belt. Everybody has his own belt, even in MMA. So
I think their concern is the matchmaking side of things, how fights are made, fighter pay, things like that is the concern within the boxing world.
I mean, obviously there's some sort of like there's definitely a different structure between MMA and boxing. Boxing is very calculating and this and very it's different. It's different to MMA. It's just like a different sport. So yeah, I cannot understand your point of view, but again, it depends on whoever is doing it. Yes, you can have your promotion and do whatever you're doing, but somebody around who has his own promotion would do whatever he pleased to do.
Well, what is next for Francis Ngannou then? What's in the pipeline for 2026?
What is the pipeline? Having some fight before go home, before calling the day. Yeah, I have no vision yet, but PFL. I have one fight with PFL, and then the contract is out soon, so hopefully they're gonna figure that out very soon.
Well, we look forward to seeing you back in action, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us.
Thank you, Charlotte.
For those of you watching at home, remember to like and subscribe and tune in to next week's episode.